When Michael was young, his father used to say, "Hold people tightly, not things." Michael never understood that sentence. To him, it sounded like something poor people said to comfort themselves when life did not turn out the way they hoped. As a boy, he believed success was meant to be seen, touched, measured, and owned. Love felt abstract. Possessions felt real. So Michael grew up chasing certainty. He wanted proof that his effort mattered, something solid, something permanent, something no one could wake up one morning and take away. He worked longer hours than his friends. While others rested, he planned. While others celebrated, he saved. He treated life like a fortress that needed constant reinforcement. Brick by brick, year by year, he built a future he believed would protect him from loss. By 40, Michael had what many admired. A large house with tall gates. A respected position that made people lower their voices when speaking to him. Land in 2 locations. A name that carried weight. When he entered rooms, people noticed. When he spoke, people listened. Smiles followed him, careful and respectful. He liked those smiles. They made him feel secure. Ownership gave him peace. Or so he thought. His wife, Anna, was nothing like him. Anna moved through life gently, as though she understood something Michael didn't. She laughed easily, not loudly, but sincerely. She listened when people spoke, even when they repeated themselves. She gave without calculating returns. Time, attention, kindness, money, she shared them freely, as though she trusted life to replenish what she released. Sometimes Michael watched her and felt uneasy. "You don't have to give so much," he told her one evening after she helped a neighbor for hours. Anna smiled, the way she always did when she wasn't offended but still disagreed. "Love isn't something you run out of," she replied. Michael didn't argue. But he didn't agree either. In his mind, everything had limits. Everything had a cost. Years passed quietly. Life felt stable. Predictable. Safe. Michael believed he had mastered the art of control. He had routines, backups, savings, plans within plans. He believed nothing serious could surprise him anymore. But control is an illusion that only works when life cooperates. The first loss was small. A document misplaced. A deal delayed. Michael fixed it easily and dismissed the slight unease in his chest. These things happen to everyone, he told himself. Then came a bigger loss. A business partner betrayed him. Trust collapsed. Court cases followed. Meetings dragged on endlessly. Nights grew longer and colder. Money began to leave faster than it came. Michael fought back hard. He tightened his grip on everything, his time, his emotions, even his family. He became sharper with words, quicker to anger, slower to forgive. Affection felt like a distraction he could no longer afford. Anna noticed the change, but she said little. She only watched the man she loved slowly turn into someone guarding ruins he hadn't yet accepted as ruins. Then Anna fell ill. At first, it did not seem serious. Fatigue. Weight loss. Occasional pain. Michael dismissed it as stress. When it persisted, he acted quickly. He paid for the best doctors. He spared no expense. He believed this, too, could be fixed with enough effort and money. But sickness does not respect effort or wealth. It arrives with its own rules. Hospital rooms became familiar. White walls replaced warm evenings. Machines replaced conversation. Silence replaced laughter. The smell of disinfectant clung to Michael's clothes. One night, as rain tapped softly against the window, Anna held his hand and studied his face. "You look tired," she said gently. "I'll fix this," Michael replied quickly. "Just rest." Anna shook her head, her grip still firm. "Some things aren't meant to be fixed." That sentence haunted him. As Anna grew weaker, Michael's mind began to wander through memories he had once ignored, shared meals eaten without phones, quiet walks without purpose, evenings when Anna talked and he listened without rushing. He realized how often he had postponed love, telling himself he would return to it once life was secure. But life never stays secure. Anna died quietly one early morning. No warning. No dramatic moment. No farewell speech. Just absence. The kind that fills every corner of a room and refuses to leave. Michael felt hollowed out. The house felt too big. The silence too loud. The bed too wide. The possessions he once valued now felt like strangers occupying space without purpose. He walked through rooms touching walls, furniture, objects, none of them responded. None of them mattered. Weeks after the burial, Michael sat alone in his living room, surrounded by the things he once fought to protect. The sun filtered through the windows, touching surfaces that meant nothing anymore. And for the first time in his life, he asked himself an honest question. What did I truly own? The house? No. It would one day belong to someone else. The money? No. It had already proven how quickly it could disappear. The land? No. Time would outlive his name. Even his body felt fragile now, reminding him daily that strength fades and time does not negotiate. What he had lost, Anna's love, was the only thing that felt permanent, even in absence. Her kindness lived in memory. Her words echoed in quiet moments. Her influence lived on in people who spoke her name with warmth. Slowly, painfully, Michael began to change. He sold what he didn't need. He downsized. He simplified. Not because he was forced to, but because excess now felt heavy. He began listening more. Helping quietly. Loving intentionally. He stopped waiting for the right time to show care. One afternoon, a young boy helped him carry groceries. Michael thanked him and handed him a small note. The boy smiled wide. That smile stayed with Michael all day. It felt more real than any possession he had ever acquired. Years passed. People began describing Michael differently. Not as powerful. Not as wealthy. But as kind. As present. As someone who made others feel seen. The irony was not lost on him. In letting go of ownership, he had found meaning. On his last birthday, Michael sat alone beneath the evening sky. The stars looked distant yet familiar. The air was calm. He whispered softly, not to anyone in particular, I understand now. Nothing we hold is permanent. Not comfort. Not status. Not even time. We pass through life as caretakers, not owners. We are trusted briefly, with people, moments, and opportunities to love. And when everything else fades, love remains. Because love is not something you possess. It is something you leave behind. If this story stayed with you, like the video, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe to Geraldinho Stories for more meaningful stories.